hi, you haven't seen me in a while, blah blah blah. Yes, my hair is blue, get over it. It's very badly dyed, I will be fixing it. But today what we're doing is my hunter on Dekaron needs its trans up 3, and so I'm gonna go through the quest with you. Just realised my drink was underneath the microphone. Yeah, I'm gonna go through the quest with you, and probably, like, I've been procrastinating on doing this because the last part of this quest, you've got to kill 1,000 spirit mobs in Shangri-La, and my hunter isn't exactly geared, so I've been procrastinating on making this video because I know she's probably going to die unless I drag my Seg along with, and that feels like such a cop-out to me, but that's what's happening. So let's get into it. Alrighty, so this quest is it's got a bunch of parts and it's not necessarily clear where you get it. It's a 195 quest. So I'm gonna head over to, let me just buy a fucking, this is gonna make life easier. There we go. Let's make life way easier. Please ignore my terrible inventory. It is disgusting. I apologise. Yeah, I'm gonna head over to my Materia right now. I definitely need a holy water because I don't have a mount on this character. If anyone wants to send me a mount, please do. Also, apparently it's 4x on the PK map for the next 3 days, I think they said. So if you really want to level up and don't mind waking up to dead characters, then PK map's for you. Okay, so I believe you get the start of this quest from Deddy. So let's go see Deddy. It sounded kind of dirty, sorry. Oh, while I remember, I have to give a shout out to someone. This is kind of weird. And I know he's not actually joking, so I will do it. Hi Zeus, you're the best. I actually call him Zuzu. And if you guys don't know him, you're missing out. So the first part we have to do is kill 100 disgusting corpses, 100 old corpses, 100 fused infectees, and 100 integrated infectees. So let's roll and do that. No, my costume is not even remotely finished yet. Neither is anything else on this character. It's so bad. I don't have a pet. Oh look, I've got a time deering on one side still. I've got borrowed items from Faith, I think. Yeah, this is as ghetto as my characters get. Red hole event on, is that? Okay. I just want to kill the normal mobs, guys. So this character is so far from being finished. But life is a journey. We're all on. Let's not hurry it. Ooh, something. Yes, I steal other people's items off the floor. I do not care. Okay, so once we've finished killing all of these, I genuinely can't remember what we do next, so let's go on the journey together. So guys, how have you been? I have looked up a Fallout guide, by the way, so hopefully I won't be so retarded next time I play Fallout. I expected there to be, mind you, the server has only just come up. I expected there to be an awful lot more AFK people in this area and for it to get quite frustrating. Oh, I have no mana. Okay. It seems that one has run out of auto mana. Apparently, next week there is a large update. Now, I sort of know what's in it, but I'm wondering if you guys have got any ideas, because yeah, I want to know what's being talked about. Like, what do you guys think it's going to be? It would be nice if they combined the DK servers for Trieste and Helion, so we can have even more shit talking together on the DK channel than there normally is. I actually... Molly! I actually think the combination, like the culmination of those two channels, is actually going to be a little while off, just because I think we would prefer, like, I know that a lot of people said we'd prefer to have more than one freaking Myteria, and I went over and had a look at Helion's Myteria sometime this weekend because they have a jump event. I swear there were more characters than actual fucking mobs in Myteria this week on Helion, so we are gonna need like a second channel for Helion, for Myteria, because you just will not be able to get anything done in what is one of the most popular maps if they don't. But also what I noticed is when we've asked in the past for one of the channels from Crespo to be used and they've ignored us, it's because they're not actually channels, they're just maps that are joined together. They're all on the one DK channel, but they're all identical, which is why the Koreans have given us a blank expression, I imagine, on that request. So maybe if we say, can we have a second Myteria map, they might understand what we're talking about. And we might actually get somewhere, but you never know. Maybe we'll all be fighting for the same 200 mobs. just seen something, so I'm just gonna get my seg over just in case what I think's gonna happen will happen. At least if nothing else happens, we now have a large little cake. I haven't been playing my Alcan. I know I got asked a couple of times this week why I'm not playing my Alcan, and it's not because they've changed them or anything like that. I was actually genuinely moving over to Seg before they nerfed my Alcan to all and sundry. She still has gear and stuff, but I was kind of bored of Alcan. Like, it just, everything is effort on the Alcan, it feels. I was sick of chasing people. After my last, my only spilling the Dekaron tea video that you guys talked a lot about, and some of you refused to believe anything that I said, but that's up to you. A couple of people asked me to comment on a couple of other things that are Dekaron related. The first one was that stupid MC4 that DNL had. Now, I want to clear up, I think he said he requested it to test for the PvP event because he was involved in the PvP event that never actually ended up fucking happening because Red Hawk got fired. I actually want to clarify that I think he was taking a bullet for Red Hawk on that, and that actually he was offered it. He wasn't, he didn't go around asking for it, he was literally offered the fucking helmet. And I mean, how many of you would have said no to that offer? I would have, because I don't like having things that other people can't get in game. But I know that I'm one of very few people that would have that reaction. So like, I don't blame him for taking it, but yeah, he did the wrong thing, essentially, in my eyes, and I said that at the time. I said, what the fuck did you take it for? But anyway, it is what it is, and when that happened, and Waldo found out, Waldo took it away. End of story. Now, it wasn't that much of an issue, because how many of you have ever actually PvP'd DNL? How many of you have ever been PK'd by DNL? He doesn't do anything except to upgrade, so I don't really know what the major issue of him having it was anyway, but that's, by the way, he shouldn't have had it. That's just the way it is. And it was taken away as soon as Waldo found out about it, so yeah, no worries, it's gone, don't worry about it, nobody else has one. I think even the one that one of the GMs had on his AK was also deleted, but don't quote me on that. I believe all of them were deleted from the channel, but I could be wrong. What's the other thing, people? Somebody wanted me to talk about my DK. People are under the impression that, like last year in Storm, we had a DK called It's Faith, and everybody thought that was me. And I've got news for you, it wasn't me. They were caught hacking in Karen's transport ship, or they were hacking and botting. So they'd log in and we'd start talking to them on guild chat, and they wouldn't answer. And it, you know, we just thought they were, I don't know, setting shop or setting bot and going AFK or whatever. So we didn't really think about it at the time. But everyone seemed to think that was me. Now, I added them to the guild because I was asked to at the time by Yismir, and they were Yismir's friend. They were a man from, I want to say USA, but not 100%. And they spent a shitload more money than I did. I mean, I'm stupid and spend a lot of money on this stupid game, but they spent way more than I ever did. So no, definitely not me. And my DK, which I'm not very good at playing DK, which is why it's really seen I suck at DK because of the timing skills that you've got. I can't get to grips with a DK. That you have to have some sort of nervous twitch and keep buffing them over and over again, and it just bugs the crap out of me. Mine is called Little Lover because I was playing Seg when I made it, and I was playing my Seg, so that's why it's got that name, and it's the only one. Actually, there's a couple of newbie ones that I've got on other accounts, which were shop characters and storage characters and stuff like that. But that's the only one I've ever leveled. And I have absolutely no reason to lie about it, and the idea that people still think that that DK in that video is me is just pants on head stupid. But, so that's that. Can't believe I'm having to talk about that again. What else? Somebody asked me to talk about duping that happens in game, but I'm not all that up on it. Like, I'm not, like, the ones, or a couple of the ones that I knew that I reported and, you know, that we knew about, are the only ones that I really know. I don't know how that dude from G2G, May, or whatever his name is, makes his items or anything like that. Just because I'm not that computer clever. Like, one time back like a decade ago, messed around with hacks on a private server, and it took me probably 5 hours to get the goddamn things to work, and then they were like click, set and click hacks, like done, one click done. And that was on a private server with no security whatsoever. Not that Zine Code could, it's not exactly great, is it? It's charitable calling it security, I think, from what I've seen around the game. But I don't really know very much about how they do that stuff and how they make their money. Yeah. I'm woefully ignorant. I'm very sorry. I'm gonna have a look at my chat and see what the other things that people asked me to talk about were. And something about a juice marble not being able to be rolled. Juice marble pets have actually been able to be rolled since they were added to the game, so I don't know where you got that information from, but anytime a pet is added, it is added into the pet file, so it can be rolled in that way as well. So whoever said you couldn't is stupid. I've done it myself on Helion. I don't know. It was literally, I opened one of those yellow eggs you get from a platinum box, and you know, it was a juice marble with a hole. You know, there's the only time I've ever been lucky rolling pets. It took me two and a half years, I think, to get the pink cat one, Bat Cat, on my Alcon. Didn't even need it anymore. But I got there in the end with it. Yeah, I got that. I would like to say after about 10,000 egg rolls. Well, that sounds good. 10,000 egg rolls. For my Alcon, and then one roll on Helion gave me a fucking juice marble pet. So yes, you can roll them, and you could roll them. You can always roll a pet. Like if it's added into the system as a item that you can obtain, it will be added into the randomized roll as well. Just because that's the only way they can get it into the game. They have to add it in both places. At least that is what I have been told. Like, you can pull the files apart yourselves and say whatever you like, but when I'm told something by the project manager about something, I tend to believe him because he speaks Korean and probably knows more than I do. So another bit of... I just wanted to clarify my position on the update that we had recently for skills and people's builds. After I knew what would happen, like I was told what would happen to my skills as an Alcon and but no improvement at all apart from to the level 200 skill, which obviously is not applicable to me, as you can see in my party. My SIG is 198. So her Grandmeister skill being improved does nothing, absolutely nothing for me whatsoever. Even though I knew that my Alacon would have some issues as a more defensive player, because I play in a more defensive manner, I still thought it was a good idea, just because change is good. Just because it gives more choice for others. I don't necessarily think of Dekaron stuff in terms of what's good for me. I think of it in terms of what's good for all of you guys. Even the people that are dicks, yeah. Even you. Even you. I even think of you. Yeah, I knew that nothing terribly good would, you know, it wouldn't affect me in a good way, or it wouldn't be a great boost for me personally, but I knew that, you know, any sort of change and a bit of boost in power and stuff like that would be good for the game in general, and would bring a little bit more interest to the game and a bit more interest in people's builds. And I think we've seen some really interesting PvPs lately. So I think it was a great thing. I mean, I wish it had gone a bit further. Like, I wish, you know, a bigger change had happened, but it is what it is. Like, it's good, but it's not great. I wish it was better. I don't know how to make it better. I just, you know, in the abstract, I wish it was better. So I think it's good because there's been a lot more interest, and a lot more PvPs, and a lot more people talking about their builds and stuff like that. And there is the great thing about this game, you know, we all gripe about it and we all fucking pay to win, blah blah blah. The great thing about this game is it is so personalized. You can personalize your character down to the friggin' toes, you know? And that's the great thing about it. So there's been a lot of different builds coming up, a lot of interesting stuff, you know? And anything that gives a wider variety of builds and stuff, in my opinion, is good. Because this cookie cutter bullshit where everyone's got the same costume, the same crest, the same wings, it's boring, okay? Do you remember when we were all wearing that stupid costume, that brown shit costume? It was boring. We all looked the same. We all had the same stupid, shitty flag. This is good. We're all wearing different wings. We've all got different costumes. You know, it's fun. It's more fun. And that's what we're here for. It's a game after all, people. So, yeah, I like the new update, and those are the reasons why. You don't necessarily have to agree with me, because I know some of you fucking hate it, or think your pet still doesn't have enough HP, which it does. It does have enough HP. Okay, just chill. It's not made of concrete. It is a pet. Okay, we still need to kill a whole fucking bunch of these things. Oh, I also wanted to talk about the classic server. Now, I was encouraged, like, when a load of people started talking about Asia and blah blah blah, I was told to go and speak to you guys about the classic server that we wanted to open. Waldo said, you know, to start talking about the classic server, get people engaged about it, get some feedback about it, and blah blah blah. So I spent like a good 2 or 3 days getting feedback from all of you all about doing a classic server. And like, Moses wanted to make a video. Awesome, you know, it would have been so cool. And 2 days later, or you know, the next week, when he was supposed to have spoken to the Koreans and gotten permission and started working on it with them, I asked him, is there an update? Because you guys have been asking me if there was an update. Nothing. No message, no response, nothing. This is what we're dealing with, by the way. Waldo, he's great. He's very good at his job, but he picks and chooses the questions that he wants to answer. And he'll only ever answer the last thing that you've asked. So I still don't even know if there's gonna be a classic server. No idea, no clue. I hope there is, and I hope it's what we've all asked for, which is no RNG, no Helion, no Hellpyrans, or at least if there is, make it way easier. And we want, you know, we just want it to be a fairer server in general, like to both paying players and non-paying players. Like that would be the dream, right? If you could afford to compete without having to sell your spleen, and maybe with some more classic styles, like, you know, Illapa or, you know, stuff like that. Back when make PvP great again. But I haven't heard any more about it since he asked me to start talking about it, and it's a great shame, and it made me feel like a right dick when he didn't answer me, by the way. It's like, great, so you made me get everybody excited about this fucking classic server you wanted me to talk about, and you haven't done anything about it. You haven't spoken to me about it. So yeah, basically, sometimes I get made to feel like a dick. Which is fine. I don't mind. It was fun to dream about it for a while there. And I know some of you are starting to float back from the Asian server now. Some of you. But, you know, the Asian server, it's a good idea in theory, but when the same people that run our server are in charge of it and all they want is the bottom line, they don't give a shit about the players as long as they're spending money. The bottom line is money, and the best way that they've found in Korea to do that is fucking random boxes and pay to win. And so that's the model they're going to stick with because it works for them. They can't be persuaded that a different model will work because there's no evidence to suggest otherwise, because we keep lining their pockets, and I'm just as guilty as anybody else. I'll happily open 20 million boxes, random boxes, just for the fucking hell of it. I might not even want anything, but I'm gonna be there opening boxes. So, I mean, yes, we want the change, but we're stopping the change at the same time. So, anyway, I can't believe you all thought Asia would be different. It was never going to be different with the same team running it. It just wasn't. And even if we did get a classic server, and that's possibly where negotiations for the classic server broke down, by the way, is because we didn't want the pay-to-win bullshit of the current server, and that might be where they were like, nah, we need to put that in. End of story. Okay, so we finished killing those. We've got to go back to this guy. And then go... What he actually said was go find the clerk's body, but it doesn't open an automatic quest window, and that's where people start getting this. I just noticed that fucking Destiny 2016 is already dead down there on the floor. He's always there. Every time I come here, he's just there doing a rug impression. Right, so the clerk's body's over here, and this is why I got a holy war, by the way, so you have to fucking run as well. Okay, and in this one they want you to kill Dr. Larbo, but I think I need an extra character, so I'm just going to log in an extra character real quick. Alrighty, let's go to the fire pot. Yes. So you need 3 characters to get into fire pot, which is why I've had to go and log in Alakon, so she's probably going to get PK'd on in here, because that's what people do. Gonna roll it on the SEG because it's quicker. And there's those things that really hurt in here somewhere. Well, will hurt my hunter, let's put it that way. Started playing Red Dead Redemption this week, guys. But the whole time I'm playing it, all I can think of is that Look at My Horse song from YouTube. I'll try and put a clip of it in if I can.
Look at my horse is amazing. Give it a lick. It's just like have a stroke.
And end up singing about Look at my horse is amazing the whole time I'm playing it. Which is very mature of me. But they did give me a horse, so I don't know what they expected. I didn't really know what to expect from Red Dead Redemption 2 because I never played Red Dead Redemption, so... I mean, I'm a cowboy, and that's all there is to it. Okay, this is the reason I was piloting the Seg instead of my hunter, because I believe these guys will absolutely destroy her HP because she doesn't have the HP recovery, or you know, they have that one buff but it doesn't last very long. And the Seg has removed to get rid of the poison, so... And that's why I made that choice, in case you were wondering, because the hunter's probably... She's more than capable of killing this stuff, but she would get hurt quite a lot and waste a lot of pots and stuff, so this just makes more sense. Just in case you've never done fire pot before, if you're brand new or just lazy, the mutant researchers, they do a poison skill that can stack up to 10 times, and it can absolutely rape your HP if you're not careful. Especially if you don't have a HP buff, you know, readily available on certain classes, and you're not paying attention. Yes, this is the way to do this. Set one of them on auto battle and forget that you've done the hard mode. And hopefully it dies at the same rate. These guys, I forgot that to put it on just easy mode. These guys have to die at the same, or almost like within 10 seconds or something of each other. So yeah, hopefully they do. Yes. That could have been bad. I'm still not 100% sure what you do with blue hydrolose, but the purple ones can be traded in for gems. Or a random gem of some sort. Okay. Where do we go from here? I've forgotten. Not sure if it's back to the clerk's body or to someone else. Let's see. Infected resident. Maybe this guy? Okay, this is something that's gonna move him now. But see, like, it doesn't open a quest window and keep telling you where to go. You just have to remember and actually read it. Which is part of my issue. Yeah, so this is the last part. It tells you you have to go and kill 1,000 mobs in Shangri-La, which means we have to go back to the normal server. So let's do that. Alrighty, we are in Shangri-La, baby. Where we've got to kill 1,000 mobs. No, it's just going to annoy me, but anyway. Hopefully there won't be anyone here. That would be awesome. I'm just going to teleport to Maria because it's quicker. And you don't get stunned by the big cats. That's a better spot. The only reason I've just stuck auto battle on is because I have no auto pots and she will just use them automatically without me having to do it. And she'll also automatically heal. The good thing about being healing hands is fast Essen. Anytime I use it on myself, it also uses it on anyone kind of near me. So she'll get, hopefully she won't die, basically, is what I'm saying. But she's getting the shit kicked out of her. We should probably put it on the hunter screen so we can see how many mobs she's got to go. Oh, yeah. This is going to take a while, so I'll probably time lapse this and speed it up. Guys, there's a person that wants a costume for 1 grace. I wonder if I've got a spare one. No. Just gonna mail that dude a costume. Anybody else notice that this Camilla person is opening boxes like it's their job? I don't know who you are, Camilla, but can you send me some money? Thanks. Done. 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 Romeo, done. Let's go. What an extraordinarily large piece of crap IMS Corrosion is selling. Alrighty, I think you have to go. Yeah, you have to go to Elin. Back up by the tree. Tree of life. Oh, Stan's here. Hey, Stan. So, you think nothing's happened, but it hasn't. Okay, so you have to. She gives you a thing in your inventory that looks like a Soul of the Dead, and it's called Caesar's Blessing. And then you click on this. And that's it. And she gives you the skill. And now I have Rapid Explode, and I don't know where to put that on my bar. Let's put it there. And that can just fuck up. There we go. And that is how you get your 195 trans up 3 skill. So it's not that difficult. Let's see what this actually looks like, because I don't think I've paid enough attention to see what it looks like. Well, it'll do. It'll do, pig. It'll do. It looks better than this shit. And this shit. In fact, it looks very similar to that shit. Oh well. Well, there we go. So, I hope this was informative and gave you a little bit of a tea spill and was entertaining and not too long, because this is fairly long. The last part especially is a fairly long quest part. The kill 1,000 mobs part, and yes, I did do a massive cop out by getting my seg to kill things, but as you could see, my hunter was getting hit for 8Ks and would not have lasted up there on her own, and I wanted to do it before I finished upgrading her gear, so that's what we did, and that's what I would probably do again, so don't at me. This, don't forget to subscribe and like and all that shite. Even if you dislike the video, it still helps me, so if you want to do that, that's up to you. Halfway to 1k subs already, and wouldn't mind getting all the way to 1k before the end of the year, which is, I think that's pretty doable, don't you? Anyway, if you have any more requests for quests or whatever it is in Dekaron you want to see, I know people want to see me doing PvPs with my seg. I just haven't had the opportunity to do any. Nobody asks me. Sad. But at some stage when I do get asked to PvP, ask me to PvP. Apart from really OP people, because I don't have OP stuff. I don't have no queens or monkey earrings or good crests or that shit. I'm good for last year, not good for now. I don't even have gems in my weapon yet, my new weapon yet. I've got one. Yeah, got one gem. It's not even that great, the weapon. So yeah, just bear that in mind when you ask me to PvP. I am actually wearing trash bags, but I'm happy to do so. Yeah. So anyway.
Hope this was fun. See you again.